Heyo everybody, Haku here with my live reaction for Tower of God Chapter 545 or Season 3 Episode 128. Super excited to get into this because we only have, 5 more after this before the hiatus, and we've just ended the nest it seems like, so we're going to spend the rest of this with new stuff where I have no idea where it's going. I haven't been spoiled on anything whatsoever, luckily. So yeah, I have no idea what these last few chapters are going to be about, which makes me super excited. From the fact that we saw Lilial at the end of last week's chapter, makes me think maybe princess stuff, but it could just be Lopobia family stuff, to temper my expectations a little bit. But I'm still, it's hard not to be excited. Over the course of the hiatus, of course I'm not excited to go on hiatus, but at the same time, I am excited. As soon as we're done with chapter 550, I'm going to get to work and I'm going to do a chapter 550 updated version of the screen time video. I'm still not sure how I'm going to format that yet. I might talk about it at the end of the video after the reaction, but I want to get to the reaction as soon as possible, so I won't go into it here. But I will be doing that as soon as we're done, and while we're on hiatus, I still plan to do Tower of God videos weekly, so every week I'll be trying to do at least some sort of review of an older chapter that I never reviewed, or a lore video, or a discussion. I'll be doing at least something Tower of God related every week. And also, because I've literally never read any other webtoons other than Tower of God. I've attempted, like Noblesse and Girls of the Wilds before, but I've never read anything other than Tower of God. Once we go on hiatus, I'm going to do a poll, and I'm going to do a weekly read-through for a webtoon. Or at least I'm going to attempt, and we'll see if I like it. Right now, for the poll, I'm thinking as options... I'm thinking Purple Hyacinth, Omniscient Reader, and Kubera are the three I'm most interested in, and then I'll leave it up to you all, give me suggestions, and whatever suggestion I see the most or whatever, I'll throw on the poll with those three. And, you know, at least 2 of those are really, really long, so even if I do like 3 chapters a week, we might be in for a long ride. But yeah, gonna do a read-through of another webtoon while Tower of God is on hiatus. But yeah, with all that out of the way, I want to actually start reading the chapter, but quickly before that, before I see what happens in the chapter, there are 2 things from last week's chapter that I kind of want to give predictions on, I guess, or kind of want to answer questions that I saw a lot of in the comments. People brought up a lot the thought that Traumaray sort of influenced where they went, which seems extremely likely for them to end up at Lilial's warship. Because, yeah, I feel like it's kind of gotta be the case, because if not, it's way too convenient for it to be legitimately random and they just end up at Lilial's warship. For me personally, my first thought when reading last week's chapter, which is probably not correct, my first thought was that, you know, to warp somewhere, even if the drive was destroyed, maybe it needs like an outlet, it needs an endpoint, it needs a receiver. Sort of like when Kuhn's group used Lefav's bullet to hit the one warp drive and the exit point was Kuhn's lighthouse. It needed a receiver point. So I was like, Lilial's warship would have already been on like the Lopobia family's network to begin with. So maybe that's why it ended up like everywhere didn't go to just random nowhere. It went to random receiver points that were on the network. But it's probably more likely that Traumaray just influenced it. Another thing that I wanted to bring up is we see that Lilial was on a call when they warped there. I saw a lot of people saying they thought it was Traumaray because Traumaray was warping there, that's who she was talking to. But if that's the case, I mean, we didn't see Traumaray talking to her. It could have just been off screen though, I guess. My personal prediction that I didn't see anybody else predicting, I think it was Machene. I was still, like last season, I was pretty sure, I don't know if this was actually revealed or if this is just something that I'm headcanoning, that I'm guessing or predicting, but I thought that Machene was working with the Lilial, Shilial, and Maria group, and if that's the case, we just saw the boss, the Dajang, the captain, whatever, tell Machene, hey, you need to warp somewhere else than where you were originally going to warp. Maybe he told Machene about this, and Machene told Lilial. So, Yeah, I don't know. That's my prediction for that. Either way, let's actually get to reading, though. Sorry, I just wanted to, sort of wanted to make those predictions before I read. But we have before Lopobia's warp fleet warps, inside Lilial Zahar's floating carrier. Alright. Okay, are we going to get to see Shilial? Or is this still just going to be Lilial from before? Oh, maybe we're going to see whoever called her. Honestly, the time skip did her absolute wonders because she looks so much cooler. She has like, or maybe it's just the difference in hairstyle. I thought before, like, she was one of the least good-looking princesses design-wise. Like, to me, Shilial was so much cooler. But you know, I really, really like this this design a lot more than she originally looked. Ah, that feels better. I was ordered to return to the battleship so suddenly, I didn't get a chance to say goodbye to my teammates. I didn't even have time to get ready, I just came back as quickly as I could. I wonder what this is all about. Did something happen to the family? This floor's test is coming up soon. Man, again, love the design. Don't overcomplicate things, Lilial. Okay, we're seeing the call. It's Shilial. Okay. Everything will be fine. You can take the test when you get back. You haven't been to the battleship in a while, have you? Don't think too much of it. Shilial, are you okay there by yourself? Do I seem like the kind of person who can't handle being by themselves? I have my teammates with me anyway, so don't worry. Okay, so we're getting more references to them having a team. I'm not really worried. It's just strange. Why was I the only one summoned to the battleship? I'm not sure. Okay, so is it just going to be they warp there and immediately Traumeré is like, quick, quick, marry this boy you don't know. Maybe that's gonna be it. There must be some kind of special mission for you that I can't do. I'm a bit disappointed, to be honest. If that's what this is, then I don't... And now we have the rumble. Huh? Lilial? And this is what we saw last time. What the... What's going on? What is it? Lilial? Lilial? And now... Ah! Question mark, question mark, question mark, floor. Warp 1. Immediately after Lopobia's warp fleet warped. The nest. Okay, we're seeing what happened to the rest of the nest groups. So again, that's an interesting thing too. If the boss told Macheni to get out of there, go somewhere else, and Macheni's group doesn't warn the Canine Needle group they were supposed to warp to the same place, that means wherever the Canine Needle group is warping to, there's a chance that it could be unsafe. Alright. The Shinwei are disappearing. And I think that's because they weren't... I interpreted that as not being like actual Shinwei. I interpreted that as being being Traumeré's Shinsu. The chaotic energy disappeared as well. Did that being finally leave? I'm not sure what happened, but this is good. I was starting to reach my limit. Let's hurry up and warp. Come on. And we have Mule Love, we have Sola there, wondering where's Namo. Rip, one of the only casualties of this whole war. Well, like, named important casualties. Rip Namo. Yeah, Namo. I keep getting Namo and Sola confused, even though one's already dead. Macheni's floating carrier. That massive attack stopped. Does this mean the family had left? What just happened? Whatever's going on, it doesn't affect our conversation. Isn't that right? That's right. You made a very interesting proposal. I always follow my curiosity. Inside Macheni's floating carrier. Alright. The warp device. What the hell? What's wrong, Turtle? The destination has changed. Hey, what's going on? The destination is some random place now. Hey, we'll never see Bomb again if we go there. I love Wario and Vicente just strapped in. Those straps don't look very protective either. Like, whoever designed this was like, this is like, that's not a very good way to strap anybody in. We have Arya there as well, of course. You damn lunatic, are you listening? Stop the warp right now. If you're meant to be with someone, you'll end up seeing them again someday, kids. Have a good trip. Stop. Stop right now. Is she just warping them out to wherever? We see the drive starting up. And then, geez, what on... Is that McCage? Oh my god, McCage did nothing and then got murked by his own people? The biggest walking... If that's the case, the biggest walking L of this entire arc. Oh my god, McCage did nothing. I was expecting at least a little bit of something, like maybe he would have something to do with the bomb, but that ended up being Fuchil. But we saw cool things from literally pretty much everybody else with the Yasracha's group. And then McCage was nothing. He didn't even get like character development or anything. Wow, embarrassing. We see Sicarius. It looks like he's hugging Mama White Garment Widow. If the family head didn't give me this shield, I'd probably be dead. Again, everybody's still hyping up Traumaray. Again, though, hyping up Traumaray, but it seems like the only people he actually took out was his own people. Or at least, like, Zahard's people, which is kind of his own people, if McCage is the only one that got clapped. Now we have the needle falling from the wall. We got Caliban still back there. The shot of the Lefav Faust. I don't know where you all went. So cool. I love Lefav. But good luck. End of Nest episode. Wow. After I got chills just realizing we've been in the Nest for years. And again, it's not perfect. Nothing in Tower of God, I would say, has been perfect. But I've loved the Nest. Man, what an end for the Nest. So cool. Alright, so I wonder if the end of this, if we're going to get like the next episode start or whatever. We see another thing shooting through. Oh, I love this panel. It reminds me of stuff you would see at like season 1 or early season 2. I love that panel. Somewhere else in the tower, at the same moment, we're getting to see somebody else. Who's it going to be? I'm so excited. Or is it just Bomb's group still? I think it's just Bomb's group. We see the red or the green Shinsu, rather. Alright. We have the chunk of the ship being thrown. Alright. I wonder where this is. Or what group it's going to be. And also, I mentioned this before too, I don't know which group Yuan Sung is with. Is he with Bomb's group? Worst case scenario, is he with the Lopobia family group, like Perditi, Hole, and Perseus? That'd be worst case scenario. Or is he at least with this group? We still got the Karaka Dewan dream team going on with Doom here. Yama and Yasracha in the background as well. Is the warp done? I wonder where they got sent. Where? Okay, so he is with them. Yuan Sung's with them. Are we? Is it just going to be random middle area? Another big page break. Meanwhile, okay, is this somewhere else in the tower? Is this going to be the Perseus Holam Perditi group? And they had Candidi and Meyer with them too. Yeah. I think the warp is over. Sorry, I keep forgetting and leaving my cursor on screen. Where the heck did it send us? Alright. They look out, and it's a city? Is it actually going to be their place? Everyone's looking up. What if they just got sent to, like, the Popadal battleship or something, like the worst case scenario? Or is this the workshop or something? This is cool. I'm really interested. Yeah, and imagine you're just these randoms, and then this ship warps in out of nowhere. Damn it, I can't believe this. Do you know this place? Of course. This is, oh my god, I was right. This is the worst case scenario for them. The Popadal family's battleship. Oh my god. They're strong and all, but they're screwed. They're so screwed. Pobedal family's battleship. Oh, it looks so cool. Look at this design. This has got to be one of the coolest. This is cooler than the Cage. This is cooler than the Lopobia battleship. This has got to be the coolest battleship we've seen so far in the series. Like the city-type battleships, you know what I mean? That's so crazy. I love this design. The Ark of Knowledge. Ah, oh, that's so cool. That's extremely cool. That's so cool. Before the warp, Lopobia's battleship. Alright, and we still see what's going on with Gastong now. Lord Gastong, they're doing the same thing to us. What brings you by yourself, or here by yourself, sir? Oh, it's kidding. What brings me here? You've set up camp right in front of my territory. You can only play innocent for so long, Kirin. Where's your master? He still hasn't shown himself, even though I'm right here. Is he stuck inside and glued to his chair or something? Well... This is bad. If Lord Gastong notices that the family head isn't here... You're in no position to speak to me. Hurry up and get him. Or, if he already knows, we have no way to stop him. Or else... And he flicks a cigarette. Your precious little home will disappear. We have another explosion. Come on, Traumeré. Where are you? What's taking you so long? Oh? And now we have something else coming, it seems like. Another ship. He looks confused. Who is this going to be then? This ship looks interesting as it is. Alright. Seriously, whose is that? Huh? It's worst. Again, more worst case scenarios. Is this going to be Kuhn's group? Who is this? Oh my god, why? I feel bad predicting all of these. It just seems like the worst case scenario keeps happening. Are you kidding me? Because I feel bad too, because now it's going to look like I read ahead. Because I got all this right. Wow. Are we there? I'm not gonna lie. I'm not here for Kuhn while Ryun is hostages. Again, having Waryun as a hostage, but also having, like, we still don't have Yiwa and Danwa back. We don't need more hostages. I think we made it to the gate. But where are we? We still have Yule with them. And they just see Gaston. Is that a person? Inside Pobedal's battleship. Pobedal's battleship, the Path of the Will. There is just so much crazy stuff going on. We have this group with lighthouses around them. Branch leader, do you think this was the right choice? Let's just go along with it. There's no way to get out of here. That's the 5 of them. That's the 5 of them. Are they being, like, escorted in handcuffs, it looks like? That's the 5 of the Lopobias that got warped there. Let's just go along with it. There's no way to get out of here right now anyway. No matter how strong we are, we can't do anything up against a family on their own battleship. If the family head's on the battleship, then we're in serious trouble. We'd better make sure no one finds out that we're branch leaders. Let's just pretend to be ordinary people who got stranded here and wait for a chance to sneak away. Then we can call for help from the main ship. Turn off all the pockets. Do you think that'll work? It's the only way. Welcome. Oh, and is this the guy with the fuzzy hat? Castaways. Is this the guy from before with the fuzzy hat? He's floating? I would like to read you something that will help you all. A book? Why should Providence thus completely ruin his creatures and render them so absolutely miserable, so without help abandoned, so entirely depressed that it could hardly be rational to be thankful for such a life? But something always returned swift upon me to check these thoughts, and to reprove me. Well, You are in a desolate condition, it is true. But pray remember, where are the rest of you? Why were you singled out? Is it better to be here or there? What the hell is he saying? I think he's reading from a book, sir. Sounds like it's from a novel about being shipwrecked. And then he quoted Robinson Crusoe, it says. And then I pointed to the sea. All evils are to be considered with the good that is in them, and with what worse attends them. According to this passage, if being a castaway is your misfortune, then consider it a blessing to have ended up on Pobedow's great and magnanimous battleship at the end of your journey. I love this design of this city, it's so cool. And, please just stop, you damn Pobedow bookworms. Huh? Did something happen on the outside? Oh my god, I just got chills. I'm trying not to scream and like peek my mic. We've got Yura and Rachel. Yes, a warp fleet carrying some oh my god, my heart is pounding. We're gonna get to see post-time skip Rachel, please. We're gonna get cliffhung, aren't we? Yes, a warp fleet carrying some unidentified rankers just arrived here. What? There's a warp fleet on the battleship. We actually get to see her? Now I've seen it all. Oh my god, and we get cliffhung. Hype. I'm so hyped for all of this. We get Rachel and Yura. Man. Oh, I'm so happy. People are gonna hate me for saying it, but I'm so happy to see them again. I feel like Team Rachel is just the best antagonist group for me in Tower of God. Like, that's how I feel about that group. Or how I feel about the story, I guess, is to me, they served as better antagonists than any other group in the past. Like throughout the Hell Train and stuff. So I am so excited to see them back. I'm so excited. We need to learn more about Lilial, and we barely got to see any. I thought this was going to be like all bomb trauma ray stuff, honestly. And we barely got to see any of them. I was worried that we might not get to see what happened to the other groups that warped away, to the canines, which I guess we kind of didn't, or to Kuhn's group, which is like pain. I don't know. I just feel like Kuhn's group being hostages means no screen time for them. So if you like seeing them a lot, we're probably not going to see a lot of them. They're going to be off-screened as hostages or just tied up somewhere like the group at the last station was. We still don't have Yuan Danhua back, and we're going for more hostages. And I like members of Kuhn's group, so like not seeing them for a while, if that's the case, again, making big assumptions there. It'd be annoying to not see them. But if we're getting into Princess stuff, if we're getting into Pobedow and Lopo Bia stuff, it could be interesting. I've got to say, though, the biggest part of this chapter for me, gosh, I'm so excited to see Yura and Rachel again, but the biggest part of this for me was seeing the Pobedow battleship. The Pobedow battleship is the coolest city, the coolest area I think I've ever seen in Tower of God. I love the way it looks. I love the design. But yeah, we have 5 more chapters. So what do I... like, after this chapter... This is normally the case with Tower of God, but so much more happened in just this one single chapter than I thought could have happened. I was like, this covers things that I was like, maybe we'll spend the rest of these 6 chapters seeing. But no, we just saw, like, all of this in this one chapter. I certainly wasn't expecting, like, I was like, if we do, because we're getting into Gastang stuff, if we do get to see Rachel again, I was like, maybe they'll cliffhang us toward the end or something. I wasn't expecting to see her this chapter. Running out of breath, I'm talking so quickly. Yeah, I don't know. I love it. I'm super excited. Like I mentioned before, I haven't been spoiled on anything. The only thing I have been told, I won't say here, it isn't about the series itself, but somebody told me on Naver what the ratings, like the chapter ratings are. And that had me, got kind of a little worried. But yeah, that's the only thing I've been told. So again, just the chapter ratings. Yeah, interesting, weird. I guess I'm going to end this video so I can go ahead and get it posted. It's like 10 o'clock, a little after 10 for me right now. I'm late because my internet was out pretty much all day. It's been in and out really for the past couple days, even the past couple weeks. Our area's just been having a bunch of outages again, according to Spectrum. So yeah, internet's been spotty. It's been kind of sucky. So I was a little late to recording this because my internet didn't come back till like 9:20, 9:30. So that's why I was late to this. But yeah, one last thing I want to talk about before I end the video was how I plan to format the chapter 550 update for the screen time video. I don't know what I'm doing with that yet. I've thought about doing it like I did the last video, just getting the information out there. It seems like some other Tower of God YouTubers are interested in being in it, so like as I go through and reveal, we can all talk about it. If you would prefer it that way, I guess let me know, because I don't know. I feel like if we do that, it's going to probably be like an hour or something, if it's going to be us talking about the characters as we go through it. And then, I know none of them care, but I feel like it's like, I don't want to be like farming their reactions when I could just like let them have their own reactions, let them have their own videos and discussions if they want to, if they choose to. I'm super humbled and happy that so many people did that for the first one. But it's just one of those things where like I could make it like a normal video and then they could all react and have their own content if they wanted. Plus I just get the feeling, because I do get complaints here and there where some people are like, oh, the video's too long or whatever. So it's like, if I do go through and discuss it slowly, or they're going to be people who are like, I didn't like this because you sat and discussed each character for so long instead of just giving me the base info. But I mean, hey, if you want the base info, I'm going to have stuff up on screen. You can just skim through the video. So yeah, I don't know how I'm going to do it. If you have suggestions, if you have things you'd rather like to see, would you rather me do it like I did the last one? Would you rather me have other people here to discuss it as we go through it? Honestly, I could do both. I could do a video just with the information and then a video discussing it with everybody and record them back to back, and then post them back to back. I could do that. I guess just if you have any sort of suggestions, let me know. Also, like I said, I'm going to be doing another read through for another webtoon when we go on hiatus. I'll try to keep you updated on that. Trying to do Tower of God stuff weekly, if it's possible. If it is possible, I'm going to be doing Tower of God stuff weekly while we're on hiatus, so you'll still have plenty of other Tower of God stuff then. But yeah, I think by the time we get to hiatus, I want to have a schedule down. I want to try to get back on some sort of schedule. The only problem with trying to get back on a schedule right now is I just have a bunch of stuff that I'm behind on that I need to catch up to. So it's like, it's hard to make that into a schedule. But we'll see. We have like what, 1 month, a month and 4 days for me to figure that out. So yeah. With that, I'm going to end the video. I loved this chapter. Thank you all for sticking through all of this. Like if you did like the video, comment down there to tell me what you thought of this chapter, my first thoughts and reaction to it. Subscribe for more Tower of God, much more on the channel. Follow on Twitter if you want. If you want a link to the Discord server, ask and I can give you a link. We can talk there. It's free and open for anyone. I love talking with you all in the comments, on Twitter, on Discord. Try to talk to everyone as much as I possibly can. Also, if you would like to help support the channel on Patreon, it is patreon.com/HakuOfTheTubes, or a link will be in the description. Either way, that is it. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you all next time.